We used to think of computer software like, well, a wrench. You pick it up, you twist it, and the bolt tightens. You drop it, it stops working. It's just entirely static.
Right, completely inert.
Exactly. But drawing from Jensen Huang's recent interview, that toolbox is waking up. So welcome to part 2 of our 5-part deep dive into the AI revolution.
Glad to be here for this one.
Yeah, today's mission is exploring this massive shift from traditional static software to the agentic paradigm. And we're unpacking how a new blueprint called OpenClaw is just fundamentally revolutionizing your everyday consumer desktop.
To really understand how drastic this shift is, you
Yeah.
have to look at the three rapid inflection points we've just lived through. First was the generative wave,
The early ChatGPT days.
right, where AI essentially learned to talk by predicting tokens for text output.
Like a brand new hire who speaks incredibly confidently in meetings, even if they, occasionally hallucinate the facts.
Spot on analogy. But then the reasoning wave hit, which grounded those models. It forced them to double check their logic before speaking. So your new hire finally passed their certification test.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And now we've entered the agentic wave. We've moved from an AI that just answers your questions to an AI that actually independently executes multi-step work.
So the employee is finally sitting at the desk, actually doing the job.
Exactly. But for an AI to actually act as a real worker on your local machine, it can't just be a standard app. It needs a completely different architecture to manage all these independent actions.
Right, because it's doing it without you constantly clicking a mouse to guide it.
Yeah, and that's what OpenClaw brings to the consumer desktop. It's a blueprint for an entirely new computing model, and it relies on 4 interconnected systems.
Okay, lay them out for me.
Well, instead of you dictating every step, OpenClaw has this autonomous scheduler. It decides how to break down a complex problem and manages system resources to spawn specialized subagents.
Wait, hold on. I want to push back here. Giving an AI an autonomous scheduler to just spawn endless subagents sounds like a great way to completely melt a standard laptop CPU. I mean, is a consumer desktop actually powerful enough to run a digital workforce locally?
It is, yeah, because the scheduler actively manages and limits those resources. It spins the subagents up and down dynamically so it doesn't overload the system.
Oh, okay. That's clever.
And to keep track of what all those agents are doing without losing the thread, OpenClaw uses scratch memory.
Which is like a short-term.
Exactly, a short-term digital notepad for its current state. Then, once it decides what to do, it uses a skills API to physically manipulate your traditional apps, like literally dropping data into an Excel sheet.
Wow. And then it can send it out.
Yeah, finally, its I/O subsystems act as the delivery mechanism, so it can send that finished Excel sheet out through a platform like WhatsApp.
Okay, but giving an AI the freedom to schedule its own tasks, read my files, and send WhatsApp messages, that creates a massive security nightmare.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you stop this autonomous worker from quietly grabbing my tax returns and emailing them to a hacker?
That is the exact problem Peter Steinberger's governance rule addresses. It essentially solves what we call the security trilemma.
The security trilemma, break that down.
So an agentic system like OpenClaw has 3 highly dangerous capabilities: accessing sensitive data, executing code, and communicating externally.
And if it has all 3 at once, it's a massive liability.
Right. So Steinberger's rule dictates a hard constraint on the operating system level. To maintain privacy, an agent must only ever be granted 2 of these 3 capabilities at the exact same time, never all 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if the agent needs to execute code and communicate with the outside world, say scraping a website and sending you a text message, the system completely locks it out of your sensitive data folders.
That makes total sense. It's like corporate fraud prevention. You never give the exact same employee the vault combination, the authority to sign the checks, and the keys to the delivery truck.
Yep.
You split the powers up so they physically can't go rogue. By forcing the AI to drop one capability to use another, you just break the chain of a potential data breach.
Precisely. We are essentially watching that static toolbox transform into a fully staffed, self-governing workshop right on your screen. And it has these strict mathematical constraints keeping it in check.
So we've really evolved from simple chatbots predicting text to a secure, completely autonomous desktop operating system.
We really have.
Which leaves you with this to chew on. If the OpenClaw framework can autonomously and securely complete complex work tasks on your desktop in just minutes, how long until you completely trust it to run your digital life while you sleep?